A young woman was running on the sidewalk. Suddenly, she hit a poor young man. Both of them fell to the ground. When they stood up, they saw money on the road. The young woman picked up $1,000. She smiled and said, "Wow, my life is going to change. I will buy new clothes. I will eat good food. I will be so happy." The poor young man looked around and found only $1. He picked it up and smiled. The young woman laughed and said, "Are you happy with only $1? Are you crazy?" The poor young man smiled and said, "I am not looking at the money. I am looking at hope. This $1 can change my life." The young woman said, "I was born to live a happy and beautiful life." Then they both walked away. The young woman went to a shopping mall. She bought a beautiful dress. Then she bought a new phone. She kept buying many things. Poor young man went to a small store. He used his $1 to buy simple car cleaning tools. He looked at them and said, "This is my chance. I will work hard. I will make my life better." The next morning, he started cleaning cars. He worked hard every day. He saved every dollar he earned. He never gave up. One day, a little boy was trying to fix his bike. The poor young man walked over and said, "Can I help you?" The boy smiled and said, "Yes, please." The young man fixed the bike in just a few minutes. The boy was very happy. He gave the young man some money and said, "My dad gave me this money to fix my bike. Now it is yours." The young man smiled and said, "Thank you." He kept saving every dollar. After some time, he got a job at a bike repair shop. He worked hard every day. He was always kind to every customer. The shop owner saw how honest and hardworking he was. One day, the owner gave him his first paycheck. The young man looked at the money with a big smile. He looked up and said, "Thank you, God." He kept working and saving his money. Months passed, then years passed. One day, he opened his own bike shop. He worked even harder. His small shop became bigger and bigger. Finally, he opened a large showroom. Meanwhile, the young woman spent all of her money on shopping, good food, and fun. Soon, she had nothing left. When she went back home, she saw all of her things outside. The landlord had kicked her out. She sat on the ground, held her head, and cried. "What am I going to do now?" she said. A few months later, she was walking from place to place, looking for a job. Finally, she stopped in front of a big showroom. She walked to the door, but a worker stopped her. "Where are you going?" he asked. "I am here for a job," she said. The worker looked at her and said, "We need people who are honest and hardworking. I don't think this job is right for you." The young woman lowered her head and said, "Please give me one chance. Even if you pay me only $1, I will work hard." Just then, the owner of the showroom walked over. It was the same poor young man. She looked at him in shock. He smiled and said, "If you need $1, here it is. And if you really want to work, I will give you a job too." He handed her $1. She looked at him with tears in her eyes. "You own this showroom?" she asked. "Yes," he said. "I started with just $1. The young woman began to cry. "I am sorry. I laughed at you that day. Please forgive me." The young man smiled and said, "Money can be lost, but hope and hard work can change your life."